What's up, guys? I'm Daemonxel, and we just learned of a ton of things that will be coming to the game over this next year and beyond, thanks to an exclusive Q&A that Taunas did with the Capital Games developer Nick Reinhardt. And I want to give a Cliff Notes version of it and what I think is exciting and what I feel about with this coming to the game. Of course, I'm going to have a link to the video in the description below. It is an hour long. Now, he has since put out a smaller, condensed version of that interview that he did. But either way, let's talk about it. So, like I said, there's going to be a description, a link in the description below to Taunas' original video with the full hour-long interview with Nick. And I want to go through and just, kind of cherry-pick the things that they talked about, which is very exciting coming through. And they started talking about the what-if scenario, because we've heard them talk about it before, the what-if characters. Now, when they first bring these out, they will be marquee events, not actual full, events lore-wise, or these are just going to be like character marquees like we see currently in the game now. And they're first going to explore the scenarios surrounding the Mines of Moria. Like what if the Balrog survived? Things like that. But what Nick did lead off by saying that the fan favorite and most likely is going to be the first marquee what if will be Galadriel, and what if she took the ring? So they're basically saying that if she did take the ring, maybe the Nazgul would be doing something different. Maybe, not all of the kings of those, the Nazgul converted over. Maybe some of them refused the offer by Sauron. Things like that. But again, the what-if characters will be marquee just to start off with. Now, the next thing is events. And they did say there was events originally in the alpha, and they are put on hold currently right now, and they will be bringing them back. So yes, we will have content moving forward other than the raids, other than the marquee characters. They will be bringing these events back. They just have not decided on when that timeline is going to be for that. But don't worry about those marquee events, because they also talked about that they're going to find new ways to introduce more characters into the game and not through marquee. Now, that is not going to happen this year. That's going to start happening after this year's passed. Unfortunately, we won't see that before January. But it's good to know that they are going to start injecting different ways of getting characters into the game. They're also saying that new legendary events will be worked on, and new large characters will be coming soon-ish. Now, they didn't really specify a time, but let's see. We could be on the light side. We're thinking about eagles, ents. Maybe on the dark side, maybe we get spiders or Shabbat. Well, actually, if they brought Shabbat in, the big spider, I see that more as possibly a raid, or maybe either a raid or like a huge event, something like that. I think that would be more fitting for that. Now, they did talk in length about the new glyph system. Now, the glyphs are going to be meaningful customization grounded in Lords of the Ring. In other words, it's like runes that you're etching on their weapons. So you're not really going to see like any graphical changes on the weapon themselves, but it's going to be kind of like Marvel Strike Force, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but they are doing it in a way that it doesn't suffer from the same pitfalls as those other games. So, in other words, you're not going to be able to mod your character out, glyph it out completely for max speed, so you're able to take 2 turns before another character can take 1. No, it's not going to be that. It's just going to be fine-tuning your character in a way such as, so currently with the speed, Gandalf would take his turn after Legolas, but with a rune of speed, you'd be able to take your turn before Legolas. So basically, it's to customize your specific team and how you want them to function in the battle, so you can arrange your party order and everything else. Now, they did talk about a few other ones, such as basically sacrificing Unbreakable, and you'd be getting, I forget what it was that you'd get, but stuff like that. It's not like a huge game-breaking system that's go, oh no, I have to put these glyphs on for max events. No, it's so that you can actually customize your team and how you play. And some of the examples, like I said, one was, like I said, all of this is subject to change. But one of the sets, and I'm reading here because I take notes, Limbus, at the end of a character's turn, X% chance to gain 1 stamina for 1 random skill. Overeager starts with X amount % more turn meter at the battle start, but speed will be reduced by X%. Last Stand, start each encounter with a stack of Unbreakable. When Unbreakable is used, gain might and advantage for 1 turn. Like I said, these are ones that they have kind of currently working on, but they may flesh them out more before the system is released. Now, the glyphs themselves will have a primary stat and then secondary stats, plural, which will be minor changes, fine-tuning. Yeah, that's what we said, not runaway stats. So like I said, you're not going to be able to max your speed out so that you're taking your turn before, twice before the enemy gets 1. It's not going to be that way. There will be 6 glyph slots. And, again, any speed gains will be negligible. Now, they did say that they're going to be throttled. And which that means is, he says you could take these glyphs from one character and put them onto another character. And what that means is if you have a character that's max level, max gear level, say you get 25% of X whatever, right? But then you take that glyph and you put it on a underleveled character, say level, 25, gear tier 4, well then it won't be 25% anymore, it'll drop down to like 15 or 10%. So it's going to throttle down for lower characters, and I think that's actually pretty good. So you're not going to be seeing these, it's not going to be a way to, shift power to lesser geared characters. So I think that's a pretty good change when it comes out. Now, let's talk about raids. They are coming out with additional raids, and this I love. Concepts that they're being thrown around currently right now is Smog, and I always said that would be an excellent event, right? That would be a fabulous event, like a gold run, right? You get so many tiers, and you can get X amount of gold from whichever tier you're in, and you're fighting Smog. I think that would be an excellent event, but they're going to turn it into a raid instead. Another idea for a raid that they're talking about was maybe Ents versus Saruman, the Breakfast Trolls, Éowyn versus the Witch King. But right now, the team is actually focused more on building and perfecting the Mines of Moria and its chapters before they move on to the next raid. Now, there are going to be some changes to the Mines of Moria raid, some fine-tuning, and they did let us know what they are. And they're going to be coming out sooner than you think. Now, we don't know an exact date, but I'm very excited about these changes, and I know everyone's going to be excited about these changes. In Chapter 1, who is our nemesis? That's right, the Moria Orc Bomber. We hate him, because even with 9 stacks, he can still hit you. Well, they're going to make a change to this, so that now, as long as you get 5 stacks on him, he's automatically going to attack his own party. That's right. So all you're going to need now for max stacks is 5 instead of 10 to get that 100% toss on his own group. And they also feel that the taunt from the Orc tank is, I think it's Warguard, is too strong. So they're going to change the taunt to a provoke instead. So it's only going to last maybe like one or two characters or 1 character, and then it's just gonna be a nuisance that you're gonna have to get around instead of, okay, I need to burn this guy down, otherwise I'm going to die. So with all these changes, everything looks bright for the future of Heroes of Middle-earth. Now, they did also say that they actually have a roadmap planned out for the next 5 years, and the reason they have that is they want to kind of not drip drab content, but say they want to make a change for a what-if character. What if, Strider was evil? I'm just using this as a theory. I'm not saying, but what if, this... Well, they want to see how that's going to play out down the line with other characters and everything else. So everything is planned extremely in the future so that they can perfect what's going on right now. So that's what we have right now. That's what's going on. I hope you guys found this video informative, entertaining. Again, like I said, there's going to be a link to the original video in the description below. And with that, have a great week, have a great weekend, adventure safe, and good luck to you and your fellowship.